I'm not sure if smoking pot was what caused it or if it just brought it out in me. I can't really say. But I do know that things started to change after I began using. I started smoking pot when I was 20. 5 years later, I was hospitalized and diagnosed with bipolar disorder with psychotic symptoms. Smoking pot wasn't something I did all that often, but it had strange and unnerving effects with me when I did. I kept trying to see if I would eventually loosen up and enjoy the high, but I just couldn't relax. My thoughts started racing and I couldn't get to sleep. I also became more inhibited than usual and could barely speak for hours, sometimes days on end. Paranoia, anxiety, and remorse were common for me as well. In my circle of friends, smoking pot was acceptable and even encouraged. Part of the reason I did it was to fit in, but really, my experiences were mainly unpleasant. I was looking for something more, a mood lift, or just to feel some kind of change of consciousness, I suppose you could say, but it really didn't happen for me. Not too long ago, my boyfriend gave me some simple and yet sensible advice. He said to me, "You know, Erica, you don't have to use drugs to change your consciousness. You can learn about yourself and the world in other ways, by reading a book, for example, or researching the inner self." Part of my struggle has been finding healthier alternatives for myself, but I've been working on that, and I'm definitely taking my boyfriend's advice to heart. For me, the decision not to use drugs has been one I've had to make and remake based on my individual experiences. And of course, there were a lot of other things going on in my life that set the stage for my psychosis. 2 years before I was hospitalized, I had broken up with my boyfriend of 2 years and moved out on my own. Although I was fairly close with my family, during that time, I felt I had no one I could really confide in. My parents had also recently divorced, and I was finding it to be an all-around stressful time in my life. I may never really be sure if my psychosis was drug-induced or not, but I do know that I don't want to take any more chances with my recovery.